everybody, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. We have another wonderful cooking demo today, all the way from Argentina. Prepared for you will be stuffed sweet potato crunchy balls. That's a mouthful. Prepared by none other than my good friend, Dr. Gustavo Tolosa. Welcome back to Chef AJ Live with another amazing recipe.
Well, thank you. Thank you, AJ. It feels like I'm there, even though I'm thousands of miles away. It's so weird to be in this tiny mountain village up in the hills of Córdoba, Argentina, and I have good internet. And it's amazing how we can connect from almost anywhere in the world.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? I think in some ways the pandemic has brought some people closer because we're communicating with them more, although it's on Zoom, because we can't see them in person.
That's right. That's right. And now that you mentioned pandemic, at first, how it caught us all by surprise. And, it took a while to get adjusted. I certainly went through a couple of, a month or so where I really felt like, I don't know what depression is, but I think if that was depression, I don't like it. With the pandemic, it made me think of things to do. So one of those things that we can talk about it later is the show that I created that is called The Pianist and the Chef, and now I'm in episode 3. And then I also, since I love to cook, I also did a couple of live cooking sessions where I would email people the recipes and they would get all the ingredients together, and then we would get online and cook together. And I've never done that, but that was a lot of fun. And another thing that I came up with was the book club. And I've been enjoying that since March. Every Saturday, we get online with all the people that sign up, and this is a free book club. And every month we read a different book, and we have read 2 books by the amazing Dr. McDougall, who you had earlier today. And now we're reading Dr. Neil Barnard's The Cheese Trap. And soon your book is coming up. So I would love to have you as a guest when we read that book. And people can sign up for that book club if they want. I would have to send you the link, or they would have to email me because I didn't send you. I forgot to send you that link. And you know that I've been passionate about getting this message to the Spanish-speaking community. So finally, I was able to team up with Dr. Ponyman that you had also in the show. He is a physician in New York who speaks Spanish, and we started this website that is called plantimas.com, which is in Spanish and is also in English, and we're uploading videos there. And all of that is free as well. We want to reach the Spanish-speaking community. And then I've just been working on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. I invite everybody to go look. So today, we're going to make some, I don't know about others, but I love crunchiness. So we're going to make some crunchy stuffed sweet potato balls. But before we do that, I have a surprise, because while I've been here in Villa General Belgrano, that's the name of the town, I've met a lovely young lady who's become a good friend of mine, and her name is Anna, and she is a vegan cook. So I met her through some friends, and we started talking. And so I've been showing her what a plant-based, a whole food plant-based way of cooking and eating is, because that hasn't arrived fully here in Argentina yet. So in this next episode that is airing on Tuesday, Anna and I will be cooking 3 original recipes. And so I thought I would invite her today because she helped me come up with this recipe. And I wanted everybody to to meet her, and she speaks some English. So this is Anna here.
Hi.
Hi. Wow, you're so young.
She is young and she's nervous because this is the first time that she's been on a live show. So anyway, I just wanted you all to meet Anna. If you sign up for my show on Tuesday, you will see her more, and we can, she'll share some interesting, we just joke and talk about her life and my life while we cook. So let's jump in the recipe. And Anna here is going to be cooking alongside with me, and then AJ has the recipe. I don't know how you're going to distribute it.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the show notes as soon as the broadcast is over.
Very good. So
let me just read a nice comment from Lori Herman. Hello, Gustavo. The chef and the piano has been a very pleasurable family experience. Gustavo is so talented. He's also generous in sharing his home, family, and a symphony of friendships.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. And then Nadesh says the empanada recipe was pretty amazing yesterday on The Pianist and the Chef.
Oh, good. Yes, because empanadas is like one of the staple foods in Argentina. So we came up with a recipe that, because it uses dough, like this flaky dough, but this dough is made up entirely of potatoes, and it's wonderful. So anyway, but let's do the recipe of today. And you will need one pound of sweet potatoes, any kind you like. Here we have the regular yams, the orange ones, but if you like Hana, let's say, you can use them. So this is 1 pound. We have roasted them so that they, get all the sugar out, and they taste better than, I think, than steamed, but either way. And we're going to I'm going to move the camera a little bit like this, and we're going to, Anna here is going to mash them. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what else we're gonna do with that. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And what we want is we want to end up with this creamy texture here, no big lumps at all. And that is all that this mixture is going to have. It's just the sweet potatoes mashed really well with the nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon. Here I have some options. Here we have some Panko that I have put in the processor to make it even more flaky. You can use oats if you want. I think it would also go well with coconut flakes if you wanted to add some sweetness to it, or nothing. So either, but this is Panko, and what we have done here is we have added 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1 tablespoon of dry parsley. So garlic powder and parsley here, and this is what we're going to use to put on the outside so that they get really crunchy. And we have 1/3 of a cup of cooked quinoa for our starch. Besides the sweet potatoes, we have this, and I heard you talking about starch, AJ, with Dr. McDougall, and that's also something I'm always thinking about, because that's what's going to keep us, feeling satisfied and full. And we also have some tomato sauce. We made it ourselves. This is SOS free totally, but you can buy it already made if you don't want to make your own. And of course, one of the main ingredients is eggplant, which is another thing that I love eggplant. So I have roasted it, you see, and so I took all the inside out, all the inside of the eggplant, and it's here. And I'll show you what we're gonna do. So Anna here has the sweet potato ready. Mm-hmm. So very good.
Can I say something?
Yes, please say something. She's good at English.
No,
yeah.
I'm not. My English kind of sucks, but I just want to say that I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having us. And this recipe is not just rich in flavors, but also is rich in nutrients and vitamins and proteins. So I hope you like it and you enjoy it.
I think your English is great. Your English is way better than my whatever. What language do you? Is it Argentinian? What is it called? Your language, Gustavo?
It's yeah. Well, it's Espanol or Castellano, Castilian.
Castilian.
Mine is Span-English.
English, yes. All right. So this is ready to go. What we're going to do now is we're going to, this was a large eggplant. It's roasted. And what we're going to do is add 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. We're going to add it here to the eggplant. You go ahead. Yeah. And we're going to now mash the eggplant with the garlic. And this is fresh parsley. One of the things I enjoy here in the mountain village is I have a garden where I have a lot of different herbs. I have fresh mint, which I know you love, AJ. And I planted potatoes, which is a beautiful plant that I didn't know. And when the flower comes out and it dries, that means that the potatoes are ready. And I didn't know that either. So anyway, here's the parsley. This is was it 1 or 2 tablespoons? 2 tablespoons of fresh minced garlic, parsley with the garlic. And we're gonna, she's going to mash that. Anna is mashing it. And then we're going to add the 1/3 cup of quinoa. And if you have any left, because we're gonna put a little bit inside the sweet potato balls, if you have any left, this is a great dip to just eat by itself. So here's the quinoa, cooked, 1/3 cup. And then to that, the only other thing we're gonna add is 2 tablespoons of this SOS-free, tomato sauce. Basically, it had 1 small chopped onion, 4 garlic cloves, and then just the tomato chopped and what's there in there?
And onion.
Oh, onion powder. Onion powder, about I think it was half a tablespoon. So there's 1 and 2, and that's it. That's going to be the filling of the sweet potato balls. I just want to, while Anna is finishing that, I want to tell you that I still have my music school in Dallas, and now we're online like everybody else. So if you want to take music lessons, you can do that. Just go to dallasmusicacademy.com and we can. I have a couple of students, piano students, that came out of these webinars. So that was fun. It was interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be a great way to learn an instrument now.
Yeah, it is. All right, so now comes the fun part. Okay, we're gonna see. This is where we may do it. I don't know if we'll do it different. I'm gonna make my own and you can make yours with you. Why don't we try it together? So I'm just gonna get a small, now you can make them as big or small as you want. I like this size. I did wash my hands ahead of time. Then I just stick my pinky there, and with the spoon or a knife, I put a little bit of the filling. Now, if you want more of this wonderful filling, then you want to make a bigger ball, of course. And then I do a little trick, and I add a little bit more sweet potato there to cover that, and I make the ball, and this filling is inside. So here is the panko with the spices, and I am going to roll it on that. And
you're rolling your balls, huh?
I'm rolling my. You're going to embarrass me again. Okay. Well, That's okay. I like it. So here is the baking sheet with the silicone pad there, and we're going to start putting them there. I'm going to make one more, and we can answer questions. I can tell you a couple of interesting things that have happened to me, because after living in the US most of my life, really, coming back here has been, it's taken me an adaptation period. I think I'm still adapting, but one of the things that has been interesting because of the exchange of the dollar is that here you can go and get a full manicure and pedicure and a facial for like $8. So it's crazy how it seems, you know, if you come to visit here. And by the way, I do have an Airbnb here. If you come to visit, you can have a great vacation because the dollar goes a long way. So I thought it would be interesting, guys, if you see one of the most popular drinks here in Argentina. Just about every Argentine drinks this. It's called mate, and she drinks it a lot. See this so container? This is a bombilla, which is made out of, what is it? Some kind of
metal.
Yeah, metal, okay. And this used to be a girdle, or I mean, what is it called? It's part of a plant that is like a bowl, but I can't remember what the actual plant is. So, and then this is called yerba mate. This is called mate, and yerba mate is actually an herb that is drunk. It's used in most of South America, and it has a lot of benefits. But this is hot. It's a hot tea, actually. And in the traditional way, you get together with friends and you pass this around. So obviously now with the virus, nobody's passing the mate around. But, you know, yerba mate, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. It's so rich in antioxidants. It's actually a really good drink if you can drink it without sugar, the way it's supposed to be. She drinks it without sugar. A lot of people put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of mint. And it really gives a lot of energy. It's a stimulant. And students, college students who stay up late at night to study and party maybe, they drink a lot of mate because they can stay up, you know, all night drinking the drink. And in some of the weight loss products, you will usually see in the ingredients, you will see yerba mate because it also helps in losing weight, but probably not as good as the way that we do it, because we do it with healthy food. Although this is very healthy, there's nothing really negative about this drink. So it helps to boost your immune system, and it helps lower blood sugar. So I thought you would get a kick out of it.
That's neat. That's a very pretty, whatever it's called, it's very pretty. So Gustavo, Laurel says, is there a gluten-free option to Panko? Is there something she could use instead?
I think that you can use gluten-free oats.
Flakes.
And if not, I would get some coconut flakes and maybe ground them even more so that they get very fine. But don't they have gluten-free oats, AJ?
Sure.
They do, right? Okay.
Yeah, maybe millet even.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So that would be my only other idea.
Catherine says, tell Gustavo we love his sexy violinist Leo who plays with him.
Oh, okay. I will tell him. I'll let him know. I've been trying to convince him to play without a shirt because we would get more views. But I don't think he's willing to do that. All right. So while we're finishing these, look how they are turning out here. Now, these are going to go in the oven or in an air fryer. So this is going to go in the oven at 450, and it goes in there for an hour. It depends how crunchy you want them, but the way that I've made them is half an hour, take them out, you know, turn them around another half hour and see if they're the crunchy that you want, and if not, leave them longer. And then in the air fryer, I'm not sure because I haven't made them, but I just put them in there and see when they're crunchy enough for you, for your own, you know, taste.
Nobody likes their balls soggy.
No, nobody does. I'm sure. So what we're going to do, how about if while Anna is finishing the sweet potato balls, I play a little bit of music for you, and then we're going to taste them and see how they come out.
Great. And make sure you tell people about the next episode of The Chef and the Pianist. And you're both, by the way, right?
Yeah. Yes. I thought it would be fun to have a guest. So I invited Anna. And so, well, let's do that before I play. There is if I ever can make it there and can go to visit you, AJ, I'll make this stew for you. It's a very unique stew that is eaten in Argentina. It's called locro. And it is known as the stew that can raise the dead because it has so much nutrition and energy. And it has butternut squash, and it has kombucha squash, and it has a lot of really delicious spices and other ingredients. But it's usually loaded with different kinds of meats. So with the help of Anna here, who is a really good cook, who knows a lot more about Argentinian food than me, she created this recipe that has all the flavor and the colors. It's definitely an autumn recipe. So we're making that. It's called locro. And the other thing we're making is what usually people eat with locro, which is empanadas. And empanadas traditionally are little meat pies, and that have this flaky dough. And of course, it has different kinds of meat, although now they make them vegetarian. But we decided that vegetarian is not enough. We wanted to be whole food, plant-based, SOS-free, flour-free. So the filling is totally plant-based. And instead of using dough with regular flour, we came up with a dough that has basically potatoes with a little bit of oats, but it could really be left out and if people don't want to use the oats. And so you put the filling inside, you fold them, and then they have a special technique to fold them and close them that we show in the video. And then they go in the oven and they come out nice and toasty, and you eat that with the stew. And then Anna also came up with a recipe for pumpkin banana cookies with frosting on top. And again, everything, like I said, is SOS free. So those are the three recipes that we're going to be showing. And I have Dr. Ponyman as a guest talking for about 5 minutes about the benefits of the legumes. And then I have Leonardo playing the violin with me. And since this is the we're in the Halloween season, we decided to play 2 pieces of music that are really devilishly sounding, very difficult, very fun music. So you're going to see that. And then to try the food, I invited my mother. A lot of people know my mother as well. So it's going to be fun. And then I show a little bit of the town as well. It's going to be a fun episode. Okay, so there she is. She's drinking mate.
Can you see it?
Yeah, that's such a pretty, I don't know if that's a cup or what you call it. It looks like somebody made it.
It's like a mug.
Yeah, it's a mug that is made out of wood, actually. And I bought that already made. But the traditional is actually the fruit of plant.
Calabaza, calabacín.
Oh, it's like Yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's a fruit.
Pumpkin,
It's a small pumpkin actually that they carve, and then they use it. You put hot water in it and you drink it. So anything else? Anything else, AJ?
Let's see if I can find any more questions, and then you're going to serenade us.
I'll serenade you because you know what I am. This has made a lot of us think about life, and it's made me think that there is so much negativity going around everywhere that we have to take the time to acknowledge that the world is mostly good and it's beautiful, and we have to make the effort to find the just looking at the sky, or you know, I go outside here and I have rose bushes, just looking at the roses and listening to beautiful music, those things that will bring some balance to our lives and some beauty. And so I chose a piece of music by a composer that I really love, who is Johan Sebastian Bach, because of the purity that you can feel and the balance and the beauty. So I'm just going to play a little, it's something short, but when you listen to this music, you get the sense that everything is okay, that everything is all right, and you can close your eyes and take a deep breath and just for a few minutes, just go to another world where everything is good.
Have you ever played Flight of the Bumblebee?
I haven't, but that's funny because the other day, Leonardo, the violinist, asked me if I would play it with him. So I said, well, yeah, bring me the score and we'll give it a try, because that is, you know, your fingers get all.
I would say that would be a hard piece, probably.
Although some of the hard pieces that sound hard are not difficult, and the ones that sound easier are usually harder. So, well, while these are cooking, and we have in the oven another set that are almost ready, so because otherwise we don't want you to wait another hour here. So I'm going to go ahead and play. Is that okay?
Please, we look forward to it.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
All right, so here is the second movement, we call it in music, the second movement of the Johann Sebastian Bach Concerto for piano and orchestra. I will be playing both this time. So this is pretty, you were asking me about something difficult. I'll be playing the piano, and I will also be playing the orchestra part. I'll do my best. But remember, this is music, I think, that is very calming and soothing. And that is the reason that I chose it, because I think we all need that in our lives at this moment. All right, so here we go.
Bravo, bravo. Did you move your piano all the way from Dallas to Argentina?
No, I bought one here. Yes, it took me a while. You know, I didn't realize how expensive it would be to move a piano. So my baby grand piano stayed in Dallas, which I don't mind because when I'm going there in about a month, hopefully, if everything goes well. And then here I found this piano.
Yeah. Monica says, we're all clapping. Janet says, bravissimo. And a lot of people are putting the little emoji for the clapping. That was beautiful. Well, if you guys like the music and if you like the food, sign up for episode 3 of The Chef and the Pianist. There'll be a link in the show note how to do that. And if they miss it live, will there be a replay?
Yes, yes. There's always a replay and the recipes are print. You know, I will email them the recipes as well.
And when is your next book club?
It's every Saturday. So every Saturday at, let's see, it's at 1 p.m. actually. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific time every Saturday. So we are reading the cheese trap at the moment. And everybody's welcome. Besides reading the book, I also have guests. Last Saturday, Shada came on the show and made a cheese sauce. And sometimes I make recipes from the book that we're reading. And it's really fun. We get to interact and ask questions and comments.
You do it through Zoom?
I do it, no, I've always used Webinar Jam. And so I use that actually. People don't have to download a program. They just click on the link and they go in. And I think the crunchy sweet potato balls are here. Oh, okay. Here's Anna. Maybe you should also try one.
Yeah.
So this is ketchup. This is mustard. You could use oil-free hummus or, you know, whatever sauce you want. Look at that.
Wow, that looks amazing. I'd probably dip it in barbecue sauce. I like barbecue sauce on everything.
I like it too. I found this ketchup is organic, SOS free with jalapeno in it. So
you found that in Argentina?
Yeah, I did right here.
What's the name of the company that makes it?
Well, I have the bottle over there. I'll bring it, but let me see. Mm-hmm.
Wow, looks delicious.
It's creamy on the inside and crunchy on the outside. So I hope people will try it. And this one has mustard in it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was hungry.
You were hungry? Okay.
Janet says, I cannot digest eggplant. What else can I use?
Eggplant. Actually, I was thinking earlier what I would use instead of the eggplant, and it just flew out of my mind. Really, just about any other vegetable that you enjoy, maybe it would be, but it cannot be too watery. What else could you use? This is the ketchup with chili. Let's see.
What's the name of the company?
Well, it's a company from here, I believe.
I'm just curious because I'll look them up and tell them to start selling here.
Yeah, Pampa Gourmet.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, excellent.
And Angela wants to know, is your piano an electric piano?
No, it's not. It's the closest thing that I could find. I mean, they do have baby grands here. It's just that I didn't want it to take all the space of my living room. So it's the closest thing because of how tall it is to the sound of a baby grand, because it has long strings, but it's not electric. I hate electric pianos. I can't get the sound I want out of them. So
Well, we just had a nice comment. Dinner and a show. What a way to start the month. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Gustavo. So nice to meet you, Anna. And thank all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Do come back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, when we'll have another wonderful culinary demo. We're really focusing on recipes this month because we know that Thanksgiving is coming up and then Christmas, and we want you guys to have healthy, delicious recipes. And these sweet potato crunchy balls that were stuffed that Gustavo made today would be perfect for your Thanksgiving table, maybe as an appetizer or a side dish. They look amazing. Monique suggests using a mushroom mixture instead of the eggplant.
That's right. That is exactly right. I was going to say mushroom because mushrooms, of course, is one of the probably the only vegetable that has vitamin D in it. And so that would be great. That's a great idea.
Oh, thank you, Angela Fischetti, for the super chat donation. It always wakes Bailey up. And I did get a super chat donation during the McDougal broadcast, but I was too nervous to ring the bell.
We can do this, you see.
That is great. Diane says, when is the next episode of your show?
It's Tuesday, and it's this coming Tuesday. You can go to the website that AJ said, and if you can't watch it live, because I know that that's a very important day, then you can still sign up and you'll get the replay on the recipe. Yeah,
well, that's a good day to distract people from watching the news election day. It's not so. Yeah. Oh, and Monica's also suggesting a zucchini instead of eggplant.
I was going to say zucchini. It's just that it may be really watery, but I guess it's just we have to try. You have to try it and see how it comes out.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gustavo. Thank you, Anna. And thanks all of you. And please do come back tomorrow for another great cooking demo. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.